Hey, Brian Bean here with Dream Big Property Management in Riverside, California. We help people just like you become intentional rental property investors. One of the most common questions we hear, especially from newer rental investors, is what happens if they don't pay rent? They've all heard the horror stories about someone who stayed in a home for years without paying rent and the owner was powerless to do anything. Thankfully, that nightmare situation is rare. The vast majority of renters pay on time, but occasionally people run into financial issues and rent ends up being late. The question is, how do you handle it? Before we jump into this topic, a disclaimer. We are not attorneys. This is not intended as legal advice. Our intent is to raise awareness about these important issues, but seek guidance from your legal advisor for your specific situation. Now, at Dream Big, we have a proven process to address late rent and late fees assessed to residents, but it actually starts much earlier than the first of the month. It begins with properly screening applicants and immediately setting expectations with approved residents. If you don't do this, it's Russian roulette going forward. Typically, rent is due on the first of every month. We offer a 3-day grace period in which residents can pay without incurring a late fee. The first of the month is day 0. So a full payment isn't received by midnight on the 4th, a late fee is automatically assessed and becomes payable with the rent. We split our late fees with our investor clients because, well, they're waiting on their payment, but we're the ones chasing it down. Our system automatically notifies residents before rent is due, when rent is late, when a late fee is imminent, and after a late fee has been assessed. Then, periodically until rent is brought current. There are no surprises for anyone. Late rent can sometimes be a simple oversight, a genuine hardship, an innocent mistake, or it could be a resident with bad intentions. But if a resident can't or won't pay, we have to move on to the next step, a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit. This is a legal notice required by California law. It gives the resident 3 days to either pay the full amount owed or vacate the property. And it must be served in a specific way to be valid before you can file a form of unlawful detainer, also known as an eviction. Most residents pay within those 3 days because, well, frankly, they don't want an eviction on the record. But if they don't, now we're having to coordinate with our clients on the next steps, which may include starting the eviction process. Evictions are not cheap or easy or fast. Even in the Inland Empire of Southern California, it can be 3 to 4 months minimum to regain possession of a home in an eviction. And that's if the occupant isn't putting up a fight. At Dream Big, we offer a no eviction guarantee. If a resident that we place has to be evicted, the first $1,200 of the eviction filing fee comes out of our pockets. But lost rent and additional legal costs can still tax the property owner. It's another good reminder why thorough and proper screening are very important. Regardless, if rent is late, communication is crucial. When a resident hasn't paid, we reach out quickly. We need to find out what's going on and work to resolve it. You should be firm but fair. Enforce the lease consistently to ensure that you're not violating fair housing guidelines. And always treat your residents with respect, because if you can help someone in need solve a problem, it will build loyalty and cooperation and reduce vacancy, which is the real profit killer for rental investors. Bottom line, most renters pay on time, but when someone's late, we have systems in place to remind, alert, notify, and if necessary, assess late fees. If we have to escalate, we do it quickly and in compliance with federal, state, and local laws. Proper screening, respectful communication, your willingness to help good people solve temporary problems, this will reduce or prevent late rent, and it'll make owning rental properties a lot less stressful. If you have questions about late rent, late fees, anything related to the right and profitable way to run your rental property, call me today, 951-314-5402. I'm happy to share. You can also find valuable information on our website, dreambigpm.com. And if you found this useful, we have more. Check it out. Punch that subscribe button. It helps others find us, and it will alert you when new episodes are posted. Don't be accidental about your future. Be intentional to your success.